And let the church say, Amen.
I ain't afraid of no risk in my eyes. I'm aimed at the Forbes list. I ain't afraid of no risk, 'cause I do this for me and my kids.
Sitting back smoking that sticky icky. Think about times when I didn't have a pot to piss in. Now I drink so much I get tired of pissing. I'm living it, this a story from rags to riches. Look, my rain coming out 4 seasons. I'm ballin', I ain't got time for reaching. I'm nosy for the paper and my fingers itching. I'm spiritual with these words, can't deny the preaching. I found my voice, don't care if you listen. It's clear, I'm what the rap game missing. The truth, a little rhyme, and don't forget Christian. Don't get it twisted, I ain't trying to push my religion. Do what you want, cause time is fleeting. I push the forward so much you think that I'm creeping. I'm on to the next focus so I don't be sleeping. I done sold season, now I'm a roots reaping. They talk behind your back, don't worry, it's just whispering. At least they talking, cause praise come after whispering. Jesus drenched and red at 33, Scotty pimping. I wasn't stingy with the bread, I'm tipping if you stripping, yeah. It's amazing where I come and I keep snapping. We call it marathon, so I'm just getting my laps in. I picked up the pen and started gaining traction, and I won't stop until I'm done breathing.
I ain't afraid of no risk in my eyes. I'm aimed at the Forbes list. I ain't afraid of no risk, 'cause I do this for me and my kids.
Rick Ross said, push it to the limit. Buy the block back, I want the land, that's my vision. We moved a lot, never got used to any kitchen. Paper plates, water off so much for doing dishes, man. Trying to stay sane and miss the alma sinning. Tossing in, turning, being strangled by my linen. I put pain in each line, flowed like a river, 'cause I still remember closed doors locked in prison. I never changed, but it's nice to meet me. I played the game, reshuffled the deck like I'm cheating. All my presidents back to back like they ain't speaking. And I'm named at the top. When I get there, I ain't leaving. Before the chains, my drip still leaking. I'm running the streets, old school, just streaking. I'm rolling no brakes, can you hear them squealing? I can't sit still, every corner I'm peeling. I told my mama that I rap different. I'm going on a journey, I just have to take the scenic. She told me watch my speed, that's time times distance, and no amount of money is worth my soul, so don't risk it. Don't risk it.
I ain't afraid of no risk in my eyes. I ain't at the Forbes list.
Hey, welcome back. We are live once again. I really appreciate everybody that's going to tune in tonight, that is tuning in. We have one online right now with us. Let me check it out who it is. I like to start off with shout outs and welcomes. Shout out and welcomes because y'all took y'all's time to come hang out with me. So that's the least I can do. Here we go. Let's see. We got one in right now. Let's see who it is. All right. Give me a thumbs up in the chat and let me know you in the building. We got one viewer right now, and that's fine. That's fine. We will do what we do. We will do what we do. That shit right there. Perfect. Perfect there. Grab something real quick here. There. Perfect. it's always a game when trying to get the streaming up just right. Uh, I tend to play with it quite a bit during the streams as I continue to learn how to stream properly. But it's coming together. It's coming together. It's coming together. It is 8 o'clock, 8:05 to be exact. It is 8:05 to be exact. One moment. Welcome back to We Live. Like I said, I'm DenardRaps. I'm DenardRaps, your host. And this live stream that we're doing, it's going to grow. It's going to grow. I believe it's going to grow because of the things I have planned. I'm definitely working on the format. I got my wife and the bean in the building. Give me a heart and a thumbs up. I wonder how I can thumbs y'all up. Appreciate y'all for being here. Yesterday on the stream, also let me know how does it sound. Let me know if I'm too loud. I did adjust some settings last night afterwards because I have some things I noticed that it was clicking and peaking too much. But let me know if I'm too loud. I can turn it down and adjust some more. I'm still learning how to the volume levels so that y'all can hear it clear, but at the same time, give y'all, good volume. Oh, good. My wife said the sounds good. Perfect. I tell y'all one thing, and I'm gonna give y'all I'm gonna put y'all on. I enjoy apple cider vinegar, or not apple cider vinegar, apple cider when I'm getting ready to record or talk quite a bit. It really warms up my vocal cords, and I enjoy it. Now I top it off with cinnamon, honey, a peppermint, and when I'm just drinking it for fun. But if you really want something, I know some people drink tea, but if you really want something to warm your vocal cords and taste well, and you don't have to add much to it, I put you on this apple cider. Get you some warm apple cider, and I'm telling you, it's top notch. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. It looks like we got 2 in the building now. I'm here ready to get going. Give me a thumbs up, say who you are, so I can give you a shout out. So I give you a shout out because I appreciate anybody and everybody that takes time out of their life to come and join us on this live. Like I said, this is We Live. It ain't about me. I may be the host, you see down at the bottom left corner, but it's about all of us. It's about growing community. It's about relationships. It's about knowledge. It's about wisdom. We 3 up now. And it's about just giving off conversation that needs to be heard, that goes silent quite a bit. It needs to be heard, but it goes silent quite a bit because there's so much negative information out in the world. There's so much talking about this or talking about that, and they'll post this person, post that person. But tonight, it's about us. Once again, it's about everybody joining that wants to help the community. And when I mean the community, anybody that you connected with. That's our goal, to help and assist everybody we're connected with. But first, in order to do that, we have to help ourselves. We have to help ourselves because you can't give out what you don't have. You can't give out what you don't have. So it's very important for us to, build ourselves up so that we can help everyone else. And once our cup runs over, then they get the help they need. They will see the path you're on. They will see where you're going. And they will understand, like, hey, I need to do what that person's doing. I need to fix my path, my walk, to mimic theirs in some form of way, whatever fits their lifestyle.
because at the end of the day, you know, the world that we in, you will get lost. You will get lost if you don't have some guide. And I'm not talking about me being your guide or your God, because there's only one God, the Father, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But yesterday we talked about it looked like we 3 in. Like I said, give me some in the chat so I can shout you out, man. I appreciate you being there. I don't want you to go unnoticed. I noticed because I've been taking note of the ones in the chat. Yesterday we went up to 38 views, and I want to shout y'all out and take note of it because I got something for you. I got something for you as I continue to build this platform. These first ones, the day ones as they call them, I got something for you. There's some exclusive stuff that I'm going to gift you guys with for being there and taking your time out. So make sure you get noticed. I want to make sure you get noticed. But yesterday, I don't want to ramble too much. I want to get on right into it. But yesterday, we mentioned, you know, what it takes. We did a very surface level what it takes to be an independent artist, to be an entrepreneur, and everything that ties into it. You know, I went down the list of cost, the time, the sacrifice, the focus, the dedication, everything that goes into it to a point where sometimes you don't even see a reward from it. You don't even see a reward, but you have to keep going because this is something you were called to do. This is something that you feel in your spirit, that the Lord put in your spirit. This is a desire of your heart. And it's not a selfish desire because I truly believe if it's bigger than you, this is something that God gave you. This is something that God gave you. This is something that the Lord blessed you to want to desire. However, just because he put it in your heart, just because it's part of your path, does not mean it's going to be easy. He will bless you along the way. He'll bless you along the way because there will be fragments of things of where you came from and where you're going. But in all the things that I mentioned and that we talked about yesterday, about the sacrifice, about the time that has to go into it, about the money that's going out and nothing comes in, I also want to bring to our thought process the pressure of it. The pressure of it. The pressure of it. And I feel like the pressure is something that goes unnoticed a lot of times. It goes unnoticed. You know, I think about rather, when the stakes are the highest. And, you know, the chips are down. Pressure is when the people around you are dependent on you. And you've already felt like you've given it everything you have. Yeah. Think about that pressure. That's where I want to go today and speak about that pressure tonight. I'm not going to hold y'all long. We already at 1349, 1350. So we rolling already. We got 4. And like I said, if you in here, give me a thumbs up. Let me know it's real. And then also that way I can shout you out and put you on the list of the day ones while we young. But nonetheless, the pressure is when you tried one way and you failed. And then you tried another way and you failed. And now you feel like you may be on your last leg. You may feel like you're on your last leg. Let's talk about that pressure. But I want to bring you to a different view of that pressure. A different view of that pressure. How about that pressure as it not being a problem, but what that pressure reveals? What that pressure reveals. Hey, Monique in the building. Thank you. That's what I want to talk about. What that pressure reveals. A lot of times, pressure moments are visible, but the preparation is hidden. Think about that. Think about that. Think about that. A lot of times we only talk about pressure when it comes to sports, either the last shot, the last drive, uh, last seconds on the clock, and we look at it and we view it as if that player succeeds on that attempt, makes that shot, makes that block, scores that touchdown, makes the pass, makes the catch, makes the kick, whatever it is, makes the hockey, the puck goes in the net at the buzzer. Those are pressure-packed moments. Those are visible. Those are visible, right? And we'll say when they make it, say, hey, he, she, they got ice in their veins. They got ice in their veins. But when they miss it or they don't succeed, we say, oh, they must have choked. We say that pressure got to them. Did we? Yeah. But we don't always talk about what happened before that moment. That's something that's very conducive or explains how we all react or interact in those pressure moments. Did they prepare? Did they train? Did they study? Did they sacrifice? Yeah, because the pressure, that moment, that's public. That's public, but the preparation is private. Yeah. The pressure moment is public, but the preparation is private. I think back on, I tell my oldest son a lot of times, especially this summer when we was training, as he's going into his summer, his junior year during the summer break, we was training this last month of July. And I was talking to him while he's out in this field. It's hot. He's tired. The ground is hard. Hey, my mom's in the building as well. Thank y'all. Like I said, I'm shouting out everybody that comes in and leaves. And if you come in, definitely leave a comment so I can put you on the list. But I was talking to him about it. And I said to him in so many words, I said, this is the moment where you win. I'm not saying you'll always win the game. No. But this is the point. This is the moment where you get better. And if you can't defeat yourself now, if you can't better yourself now, how in the world would you be able to think you'll be able to go out to the field and beat the man that's lined up in front of you? Right? Those are the moments that pressure, when the lights are off, that's when that pressure needs to be real as well. When the lights are off, no one's paying attention, just you and the field. It's just you in the spreadsheets. It's just you in those bars. It's just you in that beat. It's just you in that business. It's just you in that creativity. It's just you. That's when that pressure needs to be applied as well. There's a quote that I think about a lot of times, and it hits me differently because I truly believe we want the result, but we tend to avoid the preparation. We want the victory, but we don't want to exude or live in the discipline that victory requires. That's what prepares us for that pressure moment. I like this quote. If you fail to plan, then you're planning to fail. I think about that a lot of times in my past. I failed to plan. So obviously, I was planning to fail. Yeah. That was me a lot of times. But I believe that just because you may fail doesn't mean you didn't prepare. So I want us to change the thought process of failing. You may lose, but if you prepare, it's not failure. And still not get out of the one. That doesn't truly mean anything. It's part of the process. Failure, in my eyes, will be refusing to learn, refusing to prepare, and really truly quitting. What you achieve or the lesson or that you need to learn to build on those specific. Okay, I just said it on my opinion. Let me know if it's still staticky. Is it staticking when I'm silent as well? All right. But with that pressure, I was telling, like I said, training my oldest. We out in the field. There's a lot of things that I tell him to do because those were the things that I did not do. And I tried to steer him from the things that I did so that he can get the outcome that he desires, closer to the outcome he desires. Awesome. Okay, we're clear now. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. But in the instance of pressure, some pressure is actually a privilege. Huh. See, I told you we're going to flip the thought. We're going to flip the thought. Some pressure is privilege. As they say, pressure makes diamonds. So that's good pressure. You want that pressure. If people are depending on you, if people are depending on you, that means they know you're carrying something, right? If the goal matters to you, if it stresses you out, that means it has value to you. Yeah. Let me look at this over here, y'all. If you feel that pressure that's around your purpose, that's not a sign to quit. That's a sign to keep going. That means that pressure is about to make you grow. You're closer to the person that you're supposed to be when you feel that pressure. When you feel that pressure. If you don't feel that pressure, then are you sitting still? We become comfortable and complacent. This is where I want to sit. I rival with day in and day out in my spirit, in my soul, to, I always have this desire to keep getting better, to do better than I've done in the past. I always have that desire. I always had that desire. But what I have to do is I have to channel it. I have to channel it correctly because that desire will send me in so many different instances. I have so many, so many irons on the stove. I have my hands in so many different things that nothing actually gets done. So I feel pressure to get better all the time. And I enjoy that pressure. But that doesn't mean it's not challenging. I was about to say hard, but as my mom say, nothing's hard, it makes you be challenging. Nothing's hard, it's just challenging. But in that thought of pressure, though, pressure does not create you. pressure does not create you. Pressure did not create or make that rock a diamond. Pressure only reveals what's already inside of you. And to be honest, if you're a quitter, if you're half doer, if you're non-committal, if you when you grab that pressure, when you touch that pressure, it's going to reveal. If you haven't prepared, pressure will reveal that. If you're not disciplined, pressure will reveal that. But if there's faith, hunger, resilience, purpose, pressure brings that to the surface. The cream rises to the top. The cream rises to the top. I think back on my youth, going into my teenage years, going into my college years, and then into my adulthood. I think back on those days. And I start here to go backwards. I used to play football. And I used to play semi-pro football. It was a pay-to-play type situation. And we would, in their eyes, we would be in big games, quote unquote, big games, either to make it to the playoffs or even in semi-pro. There's rivals in semi-pro. It's crazy, but it is. And majority of us are grown men with families that go to work 8 to 5, not eating well. We're not on no workout plans. We're not on no gym regiments. We eat what we want, drink what we want. We live our life, and then we go play football. We pad up, full pads. There's no insurance in semi-pro, anything like that. So you're living on your insurance from your job or whatnot, right? But we'll go play semi-pro football. And I think on it, we was in a big game, and one of my teammates was asking, he said, "Bro, you nervous?" I was like, "Nervous? What? For semi-pro?" No, I'm not nervous. I didn't feel any pressure in semi-pro football. There was no pressure in semi-pro football because I still had to go to work the next day. I still had to take care of my kids after the game. I still had to do everything else that does not attribute to my success in football after this game. If anything, that was recreational. The semi-pro football, not talking down on it, but for me, it was no pressure. I was not nervous because it was recreational. I was paying to play football, right? I say all that to bring it back to the beginning now. In my youth, I kid you not, football was my first love. Football was my passion from the first moment I touched that pigskin. I would eat, sleep, dream. I lived football. I used to watch a VHS tape. Y'all may not know what that is if y'all young, but all my old heads, everybody in the chat. I used to watch this VHS tape of Barry Sanders. And everything he did on that football field, I was trying to emulate it. So I got an early start on it. What he was doing on the football field, I was trying to do it. I remember watching my first football game. It was Emmitt Smith for the Florida Gators. Two things I realized at that moment. One, I love football. And two, I wanted to be a Florida Gator. Then Emmitt Smith got drafted to the Dallas Cowboys. We in Dallas. I'm a Cowboy through and through. From that very moment, you could not tell me that I loved it so much. You could not tell me that I was not going to the NFL. Not only was I not going to the NFL, not only was I going to go to the NFL, but I believed in my heart and my soul that I was going to be the greatest running back that there ever was. Because I saw these guys and I said, I wanted that. I wanted that. I had big goals. I was going, obviously at this time, Emmitt Smith hadn't broken Walter Payton's record. Obviously that's years later. But at that time, Barry Sanders had already set the college football rushing yardage record. I wanted that. I wanted that record. I wanted it. He had 2,628 yards. 2,628 yards in one college football season. I knew that. I knew that number. I wanted that number. Even if I beat it by 1 yard, that was my goal. That was on my list. Then years later, Emmitt Smith, he broke Walter Payton's record. Ended his career at 18,355. Those were my goals. Those were my goals. I wanted that. But I had those goals with no plan. I had that desire with no structure. And for years, I blamed everybody around me. I blamed the coaches. I ain't blame my mama. I blame Pops. I blame height. I remember having a conversation with my mom one time. I don't know if she remembered. And if you do, mama, tell me in the chat so you remember. I remember having a conversation with her, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it because, all these other legends and stars, they grew up with horrible issues in their life. Somebody dying, or not growing up with their mama, or it's 10 of them in a 1-bedroom house, and all that good stuff. Already then, at that moment, as I studied their lives, I was already setting up an excuse. I was already setting up trying to blame it on something, on why. I was embedding an excuse on why if I don't make it. But the truth is, of all that, I say that to say, I had to do my own part. And that was the pressure that I put on myself that I was not ready to live up to. In order to break Barry Sanders' record, I had to do things that I wasn't ready to do. To break any fifth record, I had to do things that I wasn't mature enough to do. But now I look at this path, this mission, this journey, this music. Okay, the mic's going in and out again. Is it static or what is it doing? I think what happens is I peak it when I get too close to it. That's good though. Just let me know. Okay. I think what happens is it peaks when I get too close to it. When it messes up, my mom says she remembers that conversation. Yeah. She on the screen. She recalls that conversation. It's real life. It's true. It's real life. It's true. It was a lot of dark years in there, uh, blaming everyone for stuff that I didn't do, the decisions that I didn't make because I wasn't ready to make those decisions. But you know what's even more wild about it, and I keep going to my second thought on this point. But after the window has closed, think about it, y'all. After the window has closed, we tend to do everything we should have did when the pressure's not there anymore. Ooh, I just said something. My brother-in-law always say that. I just said something. Think about it. Think about it. When the pressure's not there, now we do everything we should have did when the pressure was there. When the window had already closed, I remember late nights I'm working out. I'm pulling the sled on the field by myself, talking to myself, going to the gym, being consistent. But the pressure was not there because the window was already closed. Talk about, was it irony? Now when I finally hit that level of maturation, when I finally matured, now I want to do the things I should have did when that pressure was on. Mm-hmm. But I was saying though, this music though, this platform, what the Lord is blessing me to build now is my second chance. My second chance of greatness, my second chance to prepare, my second chance to sacrifice, my second chance to learn from the trials, the tribulations. You know, I'm not just dreaming this stuff. This, us streaming, we live. It's not me, we live. Because y'all in chat, people can see y'all chat. Y'all live as well. This is a contribution from all of us. This is a real life. This is not a dream. I'm preparing, I'm sacrificing. As an analogy, I'm up late pulling that sled. I'm doing these push-ups. You know, my mom used to, do you push ups? I don't want, do you push up? I'm carrying that pressure now. I'm building this. And with this, I truly believe it will succeed. It will succeed. I have to always remember that slow progress is not failure. It's still progress. Success comes with responsibility. Are we ready for that? We secretly sabotage ourselves because of the responsibility of success. Back to that pro player. If he hits that shot, 2 weeks later, the game comes down to the line, comes down to him making another shot. I salute that, Mimi. It's still progress. The responsibility of him still having to make that shot again. Pressure will either make you retreat to comfort zone, or it's gonna make you rise to the occasion. But the only way you can rise to the occasion if you prepare. Just because you're afraid does not mean you're not ready. You got to be faithful and keep willing to move. Yep. Anyone has any thoughts? I want to give a shout out again. Like I say, I got my wife and Bean in the building. Got my older sister Monique in the building. Got my moms. Got my cousin Mimi in the building. I sure appreciate y'all. I'm telling y'all, I got something. I got something coming. We're at the 40-minute mark, and I appreciate y'all just standing alone, standing online. But as I close out this dialogue and move on to announcements, if you're feeling under pressure, if you're feeling pressure, Ask yourself 3 questions. Ask yourself 3 questions. Are you prepared? Are you preparing? Or are you just hoping? That's the first question. That's the first question. The second question is, are you learning or just blaming somebody else? And the third question is, if you quit or stop or give in to that pressure, will you be happy? Pressure is real. But pressure is not a sign of failure. Not always. Sometimes it's a sign that you're being stretched. Sometimes it's a sign that you're closer than you can actually see. So I advise, I encourage, don't fold when it get heavy. Just keep preparing, keep adjusting, keep going. Because that very pressure that you feel is actually shaping you to be that diamond. Announcements. So I had a conversation with my wife. This is how we're gonna do moving forward with the lives. We jumped off with the lunch this weekend. I'm very thankful for this Sunday night, August 2nd. We were jumping off at 8 p.m. But moving forward, daily we will be going live at 6:30. That way, that allows me to get on, have our conversation, talk about the topic of the night, and then also allows me to assist around the house with our kiddos, and just be there for my wife. I don't want to lose any time with her because it's God, family, then everything else. Also, I'm also contemplating. I'm brainstorming, y'all. So if y'all have any thoughts on that to help me come up with some great ideas on it, but I'm brainstorming possible sessions of Q&A where it'll be an additional live, a short form additional live where it's like Q&A, or we could just talk about things that other people are dealing with or what you're seeing. I'm trying not to get too much into like the social media and what everybody's posting on live and everything like that online and all that. But if there's main topics, like that Dr. Fauci stuff, or I really, I'm teetering on the thought of like true live current events like the Nolan Wells stuff. However, I think we're getting overwhelmed with this stuff and we're missing the value points. So I kind of want to hit I don't want to say the low-hanging fruit, but the things that are not being talked about, the things that are going underneath the radar. That's what I want to say. Those are things the topics I want to cover a lot of times, because everybody will talk about Nolan Wells, everybody will talk about Dr. Fauci, because those get the clicks and then the clickbait and all that stuff. But I'd rather talk about what happened up the street. Those people, yes, we're sorry that happened to Nolan Wells. And I pray that the guilty parties are found guilty, whatever happened to them. But we killing each other, or we're unaliving each other. Those things need to be brought. We need to come up with a conversation on that. That's a big, they got the Ben Crumps. They got the all those big names on it. That's why that's live. But stuff is happening to family members around the city, to our friends, to our family that don't get that same publicity. Those are things I want to bring to the light, because they are just as important. And I don't care if, this is for our community. Those things need to be brought to light. So I'm brainstorming on how to bring that to this platform, a format to bring that to a platform, even if it's just a 20-minute segment on our live during this, upcoming news. I mentioned yesterday, still working on the website. I have a guy I'm going to be working with, actually two guys, but one of them I talk to pretty much every day. He's very, very good. He's already given me some pointers, thoughts on that. So I'm working on the website. I've already got a merch name. So y'all going to start getting information on that. And also, like I said, I'm still working on the upcoming project. I'm also brainstorming on how to bring in some of those recording sessions, or even if I record a verse live as well. I'm trying to figure out how to get this format right. Y'all see, we do have sometimes have those intermittent mic issues. So I'm working on that. Man, like I said, I appreciate y'all tapping in, tuning in to We Live. That's the name of this. It's called We Live. And I'm your host, DenardRaps. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm out.